Well, we've always been conscious as physicians about the patient, and frequently the family has been forgotten. And we're in anesthesiology, and every day we see a nervous family say goodbye to their loved one as we take them behind the operating room doors. And we knew that this is an area in healthcare that has been neglected, and so we decided, why don't we see if we can solve this? And so over the course of several years we developed the app that really allows us to keep in communication with the family throughout not only the operative experience but beyond that as well.
Well, there are multiple levels of encryption that we have put into the back-end system, and these messages are encrypted when they're flying through the internet or when they're at rest on their phones. And none of the messages can be saved. Nothing is saved on a phone at any time, and the actual messages disappear after about 60 seconds. And so all these different layers of the back-end security, the process that we created, the way the nurses hook into the network that the families are engaged in, all that has created a process that is, essentially the gold standard of what this kind of communication is.
Well, it's one of those things where you never forget that sort of first experience, and it was a family that was very familiar with us. In fact, their child had had multiple surgeries, and they had had those surgeries without the use of the app. And so this was their third surgery, and they received the communications every 30 minutes or so. And the thing that really struck me most, and I remember, is they sort of said, this made all the difference. And they were able to compare their previous experience without it to their experience with ease. And they did say one thing, as they said, we could not imagine waiting for another surgery ever again without the app. So that was very gratifying, and we knew that we were doing the right thing. We've been doing it at Winnie Palmer for nearly 3 months now, and first of all, it has just taken off like wildfire. Not only do the parents really enjoy receiving the app, receiving the communications, but the nurses also are very, very engaged in sending them. They feel that it maintains a communication between them and the family that they haven't been able to do previously. We've had stories where parents feel pressured to come in and see their children, and they may be there for 2 or 3 months, and that can be very difficult, getting time off work, etc., and so they don't feel the pressure to have to do that. We even had one mother who said, this has saved me from postpartum depression, the fact that I can get regular updates from the hospital. So again, that really shows the power that this sort of communication has.
Well, that's, I think, the exciting thing about it is that first off, we made it simple for them. They're scanning their wristbands, it opens up the network, it's all very fast. But the thing about the nurses, whether it's taking care of little babies or big adults, is that they try to make these patients as perfect as they can to get them back into a good state of health. And to be able to display that and to show that to these families is what they live for. I mean, they love to put the little baby in a cute little outfit, put him in a nice pose. If he's awake, taking a bottle, and they can show that. Because it's a very different thing to say, baby's growing, having some milk, and then actually showing maybe a picture, a little video of the baby starting to take the milk. So they love to do that, and it's very exciting to see that happen.